Lose fat or build muscle, you've probably been told you need to pick one, but what if you wanted to do both at the same time? Many people think that that's impossible or that it's restricted to a set few with perfect genetics, but that's not true. Take a look at this photo right here. You wouldn't say I have perfect genetics, right? But I was 248 pounds and more than 30% body fat. Take a look at this photo, 186 pounds, 12% body fat. During that transformation, I lost 70 pounds of fat whilst building 8 pounds of muscle. Therefore, I am living, breathing proof that it is possible and not just for a select few. And in today's video, I'm going to take you through exactly how I did it step by step so you can do it too. Alright then, first things first, the absolute most important thing if you want to lose fat and build muscle at the same time is nailing your diet. We all know you need to be in a calorie deficit in order to lose fat, but you need to be in a mild one in order for this process to work. A 300 to 500 calorie deficit is absolutely bang on. It's low enough so that you lose around half a pound to a pound of fat per week, but you also have the ability to build muscle. Everyone is different though, so what I would suggest you do is start with a 300 calorie deficit and monitor both your weight and your strength throughout a few weeks. If your strength is going up whilst your weight is going down steadily, then drop the calories a bit more, and that way you see results faster. And trust me, I get it that it's shit tracking calories. I put it off for years, but that's exactly why I stayed fat. Once you track your calories for between 3 and 6 months, you will start to understand what you're putting in your body, how many calories it has, and what macros comes with it. And eventually you won't have to track. You'll be able to look and see what you're eating and know roughly how many calories are there. When it comes to what you're going to eat, you need to live and breathe protein to the point where you start dreaming about chicken and eggs. Protein is the absolute catalyst for this process. Firstly, it keeps you feeling fuller for longer, so that makes the deficit part easier, but it also gives your body the fuel it needs to build new muscle tissue. As a minimum, you need to be eating 1 gram of protein per pound of your desired body weight, but if you can and you want to eat more, then absolutely do. In terms of protein sources, it doesn't matter as much as you may think it does. Obviously prioritize whole foods, but whey protein, for example, is literally the most bioavailable form of protein you can get. So if you want to drink 5 protein shakes a day, then go for it. Just make sure you are getting in enough whole foods so you don't end up being deficient in any vitamins or minerals. If you're one of those people that find you struggle to get the right amount of protein in, the easiest fix is just to base every single meal around a source of high protein. Where a lot of people mess up is they have a super carb heavy breakfast with no protein and they spend all day playing catch up. Front loading protein is going to make it so much easier, and with the amount of protein packed food that's available in the supermarkets today, there's no excuse. What I like to do every single morning is mix up 400 grams of zero fat Greek yogurt and 25 grams of protein powder. That way I'm getting 60 grams of protein for about 450 calories, and it sets me up for the rest of the day. Protein timing does actually matter, but you don't have to be perfect. You want to get a heavy hit of protein, so over 35 grams 4 times a day, so you can spike protein synthesis multiple times. Another reason why a protein heavy breakfast is so important. In terms of carbs and fats, it actually does not matter at all. Just make sure you're getting enough healthy fats so that your hormone levels stay in check, and make sure you front load carbs before your workout so that you can progressively overload and optimally perform. Keep in mind that even though you're in a mild deficit, it's still a deficit, so you're going to get hungry. Your 2 best weapons to kill that hunger is low calorie dense foods like egg whites, potatoes, low fat dairy, vegetables and fruit. They're going to quite literally fill up space in your stomach so you feel less hungry. The same can be said for water. Drink a shit ton. It's going to keep you full and feeling good. Try and drink at least 500 milliliters of water with every single meal, and it's going to help you out a lot. Finally, supplements, and the one that I would recommend to every single guy out there without even knowing anything about you is creatine. Most people put on between 2 and 3 pounds of lean muscle and gain between 10 and 15% strength within 4 weeks. Do I need to say more? Go and get yourself some creatine. On to training now, and this is so important because you need to send signals to your body that it needs to build muscle even though you're in a deficit. So how do we do this? Firstly, don't fall for the high rep mistake. I don't even know how this is still a myth out there. People genuinely still believe if you do 15, 20 or 25 reps, it's going to help you tone up. We are lifting weights to build muscle, not for cardio. Your rep range should be 8 to 12, but you have to progressively overload, which means put more load on the muscle each workout. That increased load is going to tell your body, okay, we need to build muscle so we can cope with that next time. Your workouts don't need to be complicated at all. Aim to hit your larger muscle groups being your back, chest, shoulders, hamstrings and quads with around 15 sets per week, and your smaller muscle groups like biceps, triceps and calves of around 9 sets per week. In terms of how often you should train, 4 times a week is absolutely optimal. That's exactly what I did throughout my transformation and what I still do today, and it's more than enough as long as you're progressively overloading. I would suggest 50% compound movements and 50% isolation movements. If you want some free workouts and free tips that I give to my clients, click the link in the description, join my email list for free. Yes, for free. Aren't you lucky? And whatever you do, do not make the mistake of program hopping every single week or every single 2 weeks whenever you see your favorite influencer drop a new workout program. Stick to a program for 8 weeks. That gives your body enough time to adjust and also gives you enough time to properly progressively overload so you can actually build muscle mass. The cardio you should be doing to support both fat loss and muscle building is low to moderate intensity cardio, and the absolute king of that is incline treadmill walking. It is the only form of gym cardio I want you to do. It's low impact on the joints, relatively easy to do for most people, and burns a surprising amount of calories. If you can manage to do 3 30-minute sessions as zone 2 per week, meaning you are working but you are able to hold a conversation without not being able to breathe, that is the sweet spot. Adding to that, getting your steps up towards the 10,000 mark a day is an absolute must. And yes, I know I go on and on about walking, but there is a reason for that. They are ridiculously powerful, so just do yourself a favor and get them done in whatever way you can. Genuinely, when I first started doing my 10,000 steps a day, I dreaded it. But what eventually came from it was fat loss, a clear mind, and time for myself to think, plan, and just be with my own thoughts. So it gives you more than one benefit. Okay, now the most important part of this video, and what we are going to cover is recovery and consistency. Firstly, and please listen to this, you have to sleep for a minimum of 8 hours per night. Not 5, not 6, not 7, 8, and not 8 hours in bed, 8 hours of sleep. Deep sleep is where your body produces growth hormone, which is essential for, you guessed it, growing your muscles. Also, the hormones that determine how hungry or how full you feel are produced mostly during deep sleep. It's also where your body rebuilds muscle tissue. So if you actually want to build muscle, you have to sleep. My own sleep used to be awful, but when I made just 2 changes, that changed forever. Firstly, I set an actual bedtime, which I stick to 99% of the time. Let's say you sleep at 10 p.m. one day and then 2 a.m. the next day. How do you expect your body's internal clock to know when it's time to sleep? Be an adult, set a bedtime, and stick to it. Also, why are you scrolling on your phone 30 minutes before it's time to go to bed? What could possibly be so important? It was one of my videos, I get it. But in all seriousness, put the phone down. The news and your girlfriend will be there tomorrow. Trust me, just those 2 changes will make a massive difference to your sleep. And what did I just say? Sleep is essential for both fat loss and muscle building, so make sure you actually do it. Above everything else, you need to stay consistent and you need to have realistic expectations. If you think that you're going to shred fat and build muscle in the next 30 days, do me a favor. Click off this video, go to my channel, and block me, because I do not have time for delusion. Give it time and actual effort. Instead of focusing on the eventual output, focus on the inputs, being your diet, your training, and your recovery, and the result you want will eventually come. Just like everything else in this life, the quality of your output is based on the quality of your inputs, and you can only control the inputs. So focus on those daily wins, whether it's hitting your protein target or getting those 10K steps, and let the compound effect do its work. Believe me, if you stick to the steps and the strategy that I've laid out in this video, you will lose fat and you will build muscle and you will transform and change your life. If you want some help where I will personally coach you to lose fat, build muscle, and change your life forever, click the first link in the description and book a call. Other than that, if this video helped, leave it a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.